Great. Thank you very much.
Hold on, Chair Semple, sorry. There's some stuff on the back end that's still loading for
Oh,
YouTube.
I just saw the streaming thing there.
Yeah, hold on. We are almost good to go. Just get the agenda. All right, Chair Semple, we are good to go.
Very good. All right. I'm going to call this meeting of the Committee of Adjustment for the Township of Cavan Monaghan to order this Thursday, May 29, 2025. First thing I'm going to do, of course, is the land acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge that the Township of Cavan Monaghan is located on the Treaty 20 Michi-Saugig territory in the traditional territory of the Michi-Saugig Anishinaabe. We offer our gratitude to our First Nations for their care for and teachings about these lands. May we honor these teachings. Next, I'd ask for any conflict of interest or disclosure of pecuniary interest from any of the committee members. Are there?
None for me, Chairman Semple.
All right, none indicated. So we'll move on to the discussion of the minutes from the previous meeting, which was February 13th, 2025. Are there any comments or questions regarding those minutes from the committee members?
I don't have any.
All right.
None.
Then I'd ask for a motion to approve those minutes.
I can motion to approve.
Okay. And second?
Yeah.
All right.
That.
Thanks, Dave. All in favor?
To you, Chair Semple. So I'm gonna call the recorded vote. It's all good.
Sorry about that. Yes, I forgot you're calling the vote. Okay.
No problem.
You did remind me, and I still forgot.
We only do this so often, so I understand. Aaron Glover.
I vote to approve.
Chair Semple.
I approve.
And Dave Grant.
Approved.
It's carried.
All right. Thank you very much. Next, we'll move on to the report from the planner. Report DEB 2025-25, minor variance MV 0325 regarding 1748 Sire Line. And I would pass this over to Matthew to discuss that.
Thank you. Good morning, Chairman Semple and members of the committee. Through you today, Mr. Chairman, we are discussing minor variance application MV-03-25. The minor variance is required to permit an increase to the maximum floor space to the existing martial arts studio and increase the maximum number of permitted employees who do not reside at the site. Before you today is planning report number 2025-25. The report makes two recommendations. One, that the Committee of Adjustment review and consider all verbal and written comments received regarding the application, and two, that the committee approve application MV-03-25 without conditions. The owner of the property wishes to add a total of 140 square meters, being 1,500 square feet, of additional floor area to the existing martial arts studio. The proposal adds approximately 74.3 square meters, or 800 square feet, of interior floor area and 62.4 square meters, 672 square feet of exterior floor area for an outdoor martial arts ring. The site plan was provided as attachment number 3 to the report. The variance will also permit an increase of maximum to the maximum number of employees who do not reside at the site from 2 to 4 full-time equivalent employees. The subject property is zoned Hamlet Residential Exception 5, as shown on map D4 to bylaw number 2018-58 as amended. The property was rezoned in 2021 to permit a martial arts use in the existing dance studio at the time since 2015. The property is currently developed with a single detached dwelling, a detached garage, a studio, the swimming pool, a shipping container, The property is being serviced by well and septic system. As a note, shipping containers are not permitted in the HR5 zone, but the landowner has agreed to remove the shipping container after the addition of the studio has been completed. Notice of the minor variance application was circulated by first-class prepaid mail to all assessed persons within 60 meters or 200 feet of the subject property, and to all required ministries, agencies, and township department directors. The sign was also posted on the Sire Line frontage of the property. After the drafting of the report, Township received one comment from a neighbor in support of the application. They believe him to be making excellent choices and hopes he gets his approval. Township Building, Public Works, and Fire Department staff have no objection to the application. Township staff have received comment from Autonomy Conservation, who do not have objection to the application and do not require a permit from their agency for the development. The Planning Act provides tests that must be satisfied to support a minor variance application. The tests are as follows. 1. Does the minor variance maintain the general intent and purpose of the official plan? The subject property is within the Fraserville settlement area and is designated hamlet in the township official plan. Section 4.9.2.3H permits small-scale commercial uses or expansions of existing uses in the hamlet designation, provided the council is satisfied that 1. The business is compatible with the character of the surrounding neighborhood. The studio space is in a suitable accessory building that does not interfere with the surrounding neighborhood. 2. The gross floor area of the use does not exceed 500 square meters. The application will permit a total of 800 square feet indoors and 672 square feet outdoors. The use of the property has frontage and direct access onto a public road. The property does front Sire Line and is suitable to accept any minor traffic increases from the studio expansion. 4. The use can be serviced with an appropriate water supply and appropriate means of sewage disposal. The township building have reviewed the septic system and it was sized appropriately before this expansion, so no change to the septic is required. The use will not have a negative impact on the enjoyment and privacy of the neighbor. The studio space has been in use since 2015, and no complaints or comments have been received by the township regarding the enjoyment or privacy of the neighboring properties. 6. Adequate parking and loading facilities and landscaping can be provided on site. Standard parking regulations for a commercial school or studio are 1 space per 30 square meters of net floor area. A minimum of 12 parking spaces are required. However, the current bylaw regulations in the HR 15 require a minimum of 15, so this 15 will be maintained. Finally, 7, fencing, landscaping, berming, and a combination of these features are utilized to ensure that the use is adequately screened from existing and planned residential uses. The HR5 zone requires a planted buffer between the parking area and residential buffer, and additional cedar hedges are planned to go up between more of the residential nearby. Therefore, the application conforms to the township official plan. 2. Does the minor variance maintain the general intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw? The property is zoned Hamlet Residential 5. A single detached dwelling and a studio for the arts are permitted in the HR5 zone. The studio space complies with the minimum front yard and interior side yard regulations of the HR5 zone. And as proposed, the application seeks an expansion of the existing studio building and permit an equivalent of 2 additional full-time employees to support the existing business. The variance maintains the general intent of the zoning bylaw. 3. Is the purpose desirable and appropriate for the development use of the land? The subject lands are in a residential neighborhood with houses to the east and west. The property backs onto the Kawartha Downs commercial property to the north. A small-scale commercial use has been permitted since 2015 without complaint or objection. The property is zoned and designated to permit the use. And with the approval of the minor variance, the look of the use will not greatly intrude on the nearby neighbors, and the variance will permit a land use that is compatible with the existing development in the area. Or the proposed use is considered appropriate development for the property. And finally, is the variance minor? The property is zoned and designated to permit a small-scale martial arts studio. As proposed, the variance will permit a small 30% increase to the interior floor area and construct a roof structure over the existing martial arts ring, similar to a porch or a gazebo. The HR5 currently permits a maximum of 2 employees who do not reside on the site. The application proposes to add an equivalent of 2 full-time employees. The intent of the small-scale commercial business owner is not to have all 4 employees on site at one time. Rather, the intent is to employ a limited number of additional part-time employees to support the business on an as-needed basis throughout the week. As proposed, the application seeks a small expansion of the permitted small-scale martial arts studio. Therefore, the variance is considered minor in nature. After hearing public comments and considering all written submissions, the committee has the following options. 1. Approve the minor variance with no conditions. 2. Approve the minor variance with conditions. 3. Defer the minor variance for further consideration at a later date. Or 4. Reject the minor variance. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew. I understand we have someone from the public that wishes to speak or may wish to speak. Is that correct? Mark?
To you, Chair Semple, just a point of order. It's actually the opportunity for the committee to have their questions and comments for the application first on the agenda.
Right, yes, thank you. Any questions or comments from the committee members regarding this application?
Chairman Semple, I just had a quick question sort of for clarification. So the addition, as we see there, it's at the front of the building and the side, and the parking's going to be at the rear. I guess looking for clarification on that.
Yes, Member Glover, that's correct. So in 2020, well, in 2015, the site was rezoned to permit a dance studio, and then in 2021 they added martial arts as an art to perform within the studio. So it lists a number of artistic things that can happen within the studio space. As part of those applications, the parking area was arranged in the back to have require a minimum of 15 parking spaces. So it's loose gravel in there. There's no delineated lines or anything like that, but there's ample space in the back. The interior addition will be at the front of the studio or fronting the road. That's what you see in the southern one. And then on the eastern side of the building is the outdoor ring that they want to put a roof over so they can, keep it out of the weather.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from the committee members?
None from me.
All right, so Matthew, the essence of this is that they need a minor variance just in order to increase the floor space of the building and for 2 additional employees. That's it?
Correct. At the time the studio was built, the zoning was put in so that it locked in that building, and so this is just a minor addition to the front of the building.
Yeah. So apart from that, it complies.
Correct.
Correct. Thank you. Any other comments or questions from the committee?
None.
No.
All right. Thank you. And now we have a member of the public that wishes to or may wish to speak. So if that's the case, then if you could promote them to do so.
I'm doing that currently, Chair Semple. Might take a moment. They are promoted. Mike Doherty, if you wish to speak, please go ahead.
I'm figuring out the computer here. Yeah, no, you guys have covered everything there. I'm just looking to add the extra addition to add a after school program for the gym, and the extra room would give us like the space to keep running our classes, but have like kids dropped off after school so they're not getting in trouble after school. Yeah. That's all I had to add.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Doherty.
Of course.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Doherty from the committee?
None for me.
All
No.
right.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for joining, Mr. Doherty. All right. So we can move on to approving or not approving this application. I'd ask for a motion from someone in the committee.
Chairman Semple, I'd like to motion to approve the minor variance with no conditions.
Without conditions, all right. A seconder.
I would like to second it.
Thank you, Dave.
Oops, sorry, I was muted there. I'm gonna call the recorded vote now. Chair Semple,
I approve without conditions.
Dave Grant,
Approved without conditions.
and Aaron Glover.
Approve without conditions.
It is carried.
Thank you very much. And I believe that concludes our business for this morning. I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
Like a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Dave.
I can second the motion to adjourn.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good day. We
Sorry, we need to have a recorded vote for the adjournment. My apologies,
do it
Chair
for the
Semple.
adjournment, even for an adjournment. All right. Okay.
Yes, we do. Dave Grant,
Yeah, agreed.
Michael Semple, or Chair Semple,
Yes, I agree.
and Aaron Glover.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Have a
everyone.
good day, everyone.
Good day.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking your
Yeah.
time to attend.
All right. Thanks. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.